Chapter 30. I'm MissKay.
And I'm QueenTee.
This is a place for those women
and men
who feel that they have no one to talk to.
We're here. Thank you for listening, and we hope you enjoy the show. Hey, Streets. Welcome back.
Hey, Streets. Welcome back. It's MissKay.
And QueenTee back with another one.
We're back, Streets.
All right. So today, guys, we have a very, very, very special guest who is very dear to both of our hearts. One of our college friends named Tianna is joining us today on this episode. Hey, Tianna, welcome to Chapter 30.
Hey, guys. Hey, Streets. Thank you for having me.
Speak to the streets.
Hey, Streets.
We're so happy to have you, girl. How are you?
I'm pretty good. How are you guys?
Can't complain. Just doing this podcasting thing, girl.
I'm so proud of you guys. Yes, for the Chapter 30. That's awesome. So proud of you guys.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
And Streets, we gotta say, like, Tianna is very motivating. Like, from all the years that we've known her, she's always the one to just push. There's like a group of us. We're called SK. That's a whole nother story for a different day.
That's another story.
Oh, yeah. But we're SK. It includes Tanisha, Corinne, Tianna, Janelle, and Bree. Shout out to us.
Hey, Janelle, Bree.
And Tianna has always been that sister friend with a beautiful heart who's always just pushing us to just be our best. Like, whatever we're passionate about, she's the one that's going to randomly message you and just, like, have a whole vision for you, a whole affirmation. So she's special.
Oh, and they do the same for me. So we do that for each other.
Like, Tianna will just come out of nowhere. Like, it could be like 3 months we haven't spoken, and she'd be like, "Girl, are you gonna get your makeup artist certificate?" Like, what?
Yeah, and I actually was gonna ask you that too. I was. There you go. Yeah. We gotta keep on top of each other. Yes, yeah. We got things to do.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
She's amazing. So it's great to have you here. Tell the streets a little bit about yourself.
Yes, thank you again for having me. And hello again, Street. So my name is Tianna. I'm 31. I am originally from Massachusetts, right outside of Boston. Patriots fan all day. Red Sox, all those Boston things. Yes, those Boston teams. And I am currently residing in Atlanta, Georgia.
Okay.
So I am, seeing what I can do out here in good old ATL. And I've been out here for about a year. And so, yeah, I'll actually be coming out with a podcast pretty soon. It'll be myself and my boyfriend. So we're working on some things, some more to come on that. So look out for that. Yes.
That's so exciting.
Yes, I'm excited. We're excited. Yeah.
I can't wait for it to drop. I can't wait to listen and tune in. I know it's going to be amazing.
Yes. Thank you, guys. Thank you for the support. But yeah, again, I'm very proud of what you guys are doing with the Chapter 30 podcast. It's really cool, and I'm really proud of you guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Are you a Streets member?
I'm sorry, what was that?
Are you a Streets member?
I'm a street in these streets.
Yay!
I am in these streets.
You got it.
That's what I like to hear. What is your favorite Chapter 30 episode?
So my favorite Chapter 30 episode would probably be the one about the natural hair. And that was because I definitely suggested that topic. It was very relatable, and just to hear what you guys had to say about it was really refreshing because, we're all pretty much going through it, and it's, so common, and just to kind of, hear what you guys take on it was refreshing. So,
wow.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for the suggestion. I know we were super excited to record that episode and to just go in more deep on it, It was something on both of our minds. So thank you for the suggestion. It was definitely pretty interesting to talk about. And the streets are loving it. So
they are. Thanks, girl.
Yay! Of course. Thank you for covering it. And you guys' ad libs, of course. I know you guys as personalities because we've known each other since we were 18. You were 17, but yeah, we've known each other since way back then. So hearing y'all personality when you guys are talking about it, and hearing T say, "Oh, like, why are you worried about what's on my hair?" And I'm like, I'm at my desk at work listening to it, like, yes, exactly. Why are you worried about what's on my hair?
I love it. All right,
yes.
so describe our podcast in 3 words. Like, what's your take on it so far?
So I would say it is real.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so the topics are definitely real. It is funny, sassy. I'm gonna use those as like joint words, and then I'm gonna say relatable as well.
Okay,
so, yeah.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
That means a lot coming from you.
Of course,
Absolutely.
guys.
Absolutely.
Y'all better podcast.
We loving it. I can't wait for you to join the podcast family. I know you guys are gonna bring like a really interesting take to whatever you decide to talk about.
Yeah, and just even being a part of this and seeing you guys' professionalism with this is very motivating and inspiring. So this is helping me as well. So I'm like, come on. Yeah.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Come on in, girl. All right. So I'm actually glad that you touched on it a little bit before with you starting your own podcast with your boyfriend.
Mm-hmm.
Because today we're going to be talking about dating.
Mm.
And yeah. So it was, perfect. Nice little transition. So, Streets, we have an episode out already called Dating with MissKay and QueenTee. And this is probably going to be like a part 2-ish to that. Right, MissKay?
Yeah, because you guys love that episode. Anytime we're talking about dating, love, relationships, or any kind of tea like that, y'all all ears.
All ears. Like, but low-key, I listened to that episode today while I was at work, and I was like, wow, like, this is pretty good.
It's a real good episode, so go check it out, guys, if you haven't. Listen to that before you listen to this, because like Queen T said, it's like a part 2-ish.
Exactly. And I planned on asking her a few questions that I asked you in that episode just to get a different perspective.
Right.
So,
I was thinking the same thing. So great.
Yes. So I can't wait. I'm excited to hop into it. And like MissKay said, listen to the other one first so you know what's going on, and then jump into this one so you could get a third perspective on just dating in general. And this perspective, I think, is a very interesting one. So
Yes. All right. Buckle up.
Buckle up.
Tianna, tell the streets why you laughing right now. Like, tell them why.
So I think that she's saying that this is going to be very interesting because I have a different style to dating. I don't know if you would call it style or perspective or what, I don't know what the word is, but I am like a unicorn because I have been celibate for 6 years going on October 15th.
Oh.
So,
oh my God.
Yes, I know.
Yes. Go ahead.
And yes, thank you. Because you know what? It has been a journey. And so yeah, I made the decision to be celibate until I meet my husband and we get married. So it has been a hard journey, but it's worth it, and it's been so fulfilling. And even with me being in a relationship now with my boyfriend, we're on the same page, and so that's going to be some stuff that we'll be talking about in our podcast. So it's different. So that's why she says it's interesting, because it's not very common this day and age.
Not at all.
Yeah. Yeah, not at all. I didn't think that I could do it either, but hey, it's working for me. So yeah.
And I was going to ask you about that because I have made the decision to be celibate before, but I've never been in a relationship and celibate.
Mm-hmm.
So I was going to ask you about that perspective, because that must make it doubly hard.
Doubly hard. Yes. Doubly hard. Yes, but the doubly hard. It has been very hard, but I've been in a relationship for going on 5 months. On the 21st, it'll be 5 months.
Aww.
So, prior to that, I was dating, but really not anything serious. And for about 4 of those years, I was really focused on, getting my relationship with God together.
Yeah.
Because faith in God is like number one for me. So, I made this decision right after I got saved, and so that wasn't hard. When I wasn't with someone, it was hard because you still got the urges and stuff like that, but nobody was really in my face like that. So now that I'm in a relationship and we spend a lot of time together and, all of that, it has become extremely hard. But through prayer and us being on the same page, I mean, you guys, you have to be on the same page. Since he's on the same page, it's easier. We can actually get through it together, but it gets hard. It really does. But we have an end goal in mind. So yeah.
Aww,
That's beautiful. That's beautiful.
It really is.
Thank you.
I feel like a tear coming into my eye. Love it. And her and her boo are so cute together, guys. I gotta let y'all know that. Like, they look fun together. Like,
thank you. Thank you.
I haven't met him yet, but looks and like as far as how you guys look together and how he seems to be making you feel, like, I love it.
Yeah, you'll meet him soon. You gotta come down to Atlanta.
I know. I do.
I'm in Atlanta.
Yes, and you have. I know.
Okay.
I know.
Okay.
We're gonna work on that. Because it's been a lot of moving parts and all these things, but maybe we'll do dinner because I wanted you to come here and things. So we'll do dinner.
Y'all have to get up because T's love language is quality time, Tianna.
Is it T?
That's my love language. It is.
Oh, mine is words of affirmation.
I know.
Oh, okay.
You knew?
Yeah.
Oh.
That makes sense.
So okay, how about this?
Loving your love language, Tianna. Sorry, T.
It's okay. What'd you say?
I said that actually makes sense because Tianna really loves in her love language.
Yes, she does.
What were you saying, T?
I was gonna say I'm gonna vow today to send her more words.
Oh.
And I'm gonna vow today to spend more quality time with T, because you're only 20 minutes away anyway.
Exactly. Yeah.
And that's my fault. I take that. Yep.
It's okay.
But you know what?
I take that.
Did you listen to our episode, The 5 Love Languages?
I did not, and I will be though, but I did not.
Because I'm not gonna go all the way there because I want you to check it out. But we really talk about how like friends and lovers, like, without knowing that other person's love language, like sometimes you feel like I'm loving them, I'm doing what I gotta do. I'm sending words of affirmation, I'm sending gifts, I'm whatever. But once you know and acknowledge, it's like, oh, okay, like you find out ways you could like do better. But
right.
Yeah.
That love languages test is really a good one because myself and my boyfriend, we took it together. And
what's his love language?
His is sense of touch.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wow. So he's watching a little TV. You walk by, you touch his shoulder. Love.
Yep.
Caress.
Yeah. Yep. So that helps us. Yeah. So and he knows mine is our words of affirmation. So it's a really good test. If you guys have not taken it, I haven't listened to the episode. I will be listening to it, but for the streets, if you have not taken it, it's a quick test too, and it's really good. Go take it.
It really is. But now I'm thinking with you guys being celibate and his love language being touch, I'm thinking it's making it triply hard now.
Oh yeah. Definitely triply. But because there's boundaries in where we can go. But I still, but you still gotta keep it spicy though, because you know,
you gotta spice it up.
He knows who I am. So yeah. Yeah.
All right. So I have a question for you. And this is for the streets members that are out there listening that are probably thinking about being celibate or, are celibate, want to be celibate. Do you have any just like major tips that you can give to them, or, something that you may have experienced that you think would be beneficial to others who want to go down the same road?
So, I think that number one is, you have to kind of get you have to have your spiritual situation together. So, if you're not right with God, this would be the perfect opportunity for you to get right with God, because he's the only thing he's the strength that I have in order to be able to do this. Without God, I would not be able to stay committed to it. So I'm doing it because, I want to, not only is there just everything going crazy in this world and you don't know who's doing what with what and this, that, and the thing.
Right.
But, it's real special I got to a place where I was like, this would be really special to hold this and give this to my husband, So, wow. That's because it's right in God's eyes. So I'm to a point now where it's like everything that I do, I want it to be pleasing to God. So that's my motivation. You have to have a motivation for it. I think that's the biggest one. You can't really do it because somebody's telling you to do it. You kind of have to do it and make that decision for yourself. So, and I'm not judging anybody on, if that's your own, but for me personally, that was my biggest motivation. And the fact that, and my future husband will be happy that, I stopped, and it'll be nice for him on our wedding night. So yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. Nice.
Girl.
Nice.
Okay, our last episode was BDSM. I was about to say something under those lines, but
I know what you're thinking, and I'm thinking the same thing. But it's gonna be nice. Yeah,
nice and tight.
Well, these are the girls that I went to college with. I knew what I was going to be going into when I said, yeah, I'll come on. But yeah. Next question.
Okay, so me and MissKay have this thing that if you don't ever want to answer a question, you can just ask about the weather.
Okay. It's hot. It's humid today. It's humid where you are.
We'll go ahead and switch up the topic. I'm just like...
So I have a quick question.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think like your past experience with dating, I know you said it was like, more so casual. Do you think being celibate like helped you like weed out a lot of the, guys that weren't meant for you and like led you to bae? And then my part two is, do you think bae is your reward, your bae is your reward for your obedience?
Ooh. Yes. Ooh, okay. What the questions? Yes. The number one, it has helped me weed out, those whose intentions were not, I don't know what the word is, pure or what I was looking for. Because clearly if that's not on the table and that's what they want, clearly they're leaving the table. So that's fine. Either they're leaving the table or I'm leaving the table, because if that's what you want, it's not there. So somebody's getting up. So, yes. And I've come into situations where I was dating and then you realize that that's what it is that they're looking for. So yeah. And then, yes, I do have my rewards. When we went out for the first time, we both discussed what it is that we were looking for. And I'm the type of person where I'll lay it out on the table at the beginning, because if it's not something that you want, I'm not going to waste anyone's time, and I don't want anyone wasting my time. So, and it's completely fine. If that's not what you want, it's completely fine. So, you know, he was willing to get to know me, and he wanted more and deeper. So, yes, I do. That is a reward. I'm so blessed to have him in my life. And so, yeah.
I can't.
I feel like that's how you know it's real. When they don't, you know, if they know that that's not on the table, and they're still trying to get to know you and want to know about, you know, your past and your history and your family and the things that you like, and their mission is to make you happy and grow in God. I mean, I'm like, yes, like this is what I want.
Nice.
Wow. You are inspiring so many women right now. Like, I mean, you inspire me. Okay, so you've been on this journey for years. And I'm going to say you've probably inspired me twice throughout this journey, because in your 6 years, I probably did like a quarter of that. So,
and I'm proud of you for that. You need to, yes, that's because it's big. It's a big milestone. It's a good step. It's a really good step in the right direction. And so, yeah, I'm very proud of you for that.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I tried.
And you can try again and try some more. That's the beauty of the God that we serve. He just, you know, he still forgives and does all those great things. And so, yeah, don't beat yourself up. It's fine.
No, but I'm just saying, just watching the journey from before, during, and now it's inspiring. It's amazing just to see all of the different, what's the word I'm looking for, nuances and the different ups and downs that came along with their journey. And not to say that you and I talk every single day, and you know what I mean, but you know, I get the gist of it. And it's beautiful to watch, to be honest.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, they knew me when I was in my Ratchet days. They knew me in my Ratchet days. And they loved me through my Ratchet days. They loved me through my during and my after. And that's true friendship, because that's what I've told my boyfriend that, like, these people knew me from the beginning, you know, so they know, like, I'm not the same person that I was. They know me from that. So yeah.
I have so many memories going through my mind right now.
Mine, me too. Oh,
we have to have an SK episode. Like, we have to get all 5 of us together.
Lord.
That's gonna be a mess.
I'm intrigued because, like, what's SK? Like, what?
Right. Oh, we're not. Okay, never mind.
Yeah, it was humid and hot today, and like raining.
So, okay. So, Tianna, have you ever lost any friends, like, because of your journey? Speaking of friends, speaking of journey.
No.
That's good.
No, because I always was the type of person that the people that I'm very close with are like true friends. I'm not, you know, you have associates, but your friends are like your girls, like those are people that stick with you. So you guys know my main girl.
Yeah.
So she's been through it all as well. So, I mean, you know, that, and then you guys. And so, no one's ever left because of it.
Okay.
At least no one that's really missed.
Right.
I remember.
So I have a little, like, it's a confession to the streets. I know T knows. And Tianna,
confession time. I love it.
Tianna, you may know. Tianna, you know, because since last we talked, it's the same thing. So I'm currently celibate, but it's different than Tianna's. So with mine, it's like, I'm not trying to be funny, like no shade, no disrespect, but it's like, it's not so much spiritual. It's just more so like pause. And I've been like celibate for like 2 years, but it's not like, there's no, it's not like, okay, I'm waiting for my husband. I can't really explain it. It's not a spiritual journey, and it sounds really like cruel to say, but it's just different. I think there's different levels of celibacy. I think people choose it for different reasons. I think religion is like a top reason, like, you know, if you were to like look at statistics, but mine isn't. So like, what are your thoughts on that?
I say whatever is good for you is, you know, if that's how you want to go about it, then, you know, that's the decision that you made. I commend you for it, because again, it's hard out here in this super sexualized world. So 2 years is really good. It's amazing. So congratulations on that.
Thank you.
I unfortunately understand exactly what you mean.
You get
because
it? Okay.
the pause is definitely needed, because the stuff that I'm seeing, you know, when people are asking me for advice about dating and this, that, and third, the things that I'm hearing is just like, whoa, pause.
Exactly.
Just like, whoa. Some of the stuff that we're accepting is just ridiculous. And it's causing just these just unnecessary situations to happen, things that could have been prevented if people were to pause.
Right.
So, I mean, hey, it is what it is.
And streets, I want to let you guys know this. If you're celibate for religious purposes, celibate just to take a pause, not celibate, doing it every night, every day, like, or, you know, however your sexual, I guess, escapades, I don't know, escapades go. I mean, do you. Like, we're not here to judge. We're not here to, like, say what's right or wrong. Whatever is right for you is right for you. We're just having a conversation of, like, our experiences and, you know, our guest and her experience. So I do want to let you guys know that we're just letting you know our truth, and, you know, she's letting you know hers.
MissKay, I'm glad you brought up the fact that, like, there's different levels and different reasons why people decide to go celibate. Because I feel like I've been celibate multiple times, but for different reasons. So, like, the first time, I think I agree with you. Like, I was on more of a pause, more just like, what's going on out here? Like, I'm tired. I'm drained. Like, I don't want to do this no more. And just took a pause. And then the last time was like more on Tianna's level, I guess. That was more of a spiritual thing. Like, more of like, I want to get close to God. I want to just like focus on my relationship with him, and that's it. You know, like, I don't want to hear about a man, like, until I feel like it's the time. And it wasn't so much like saving for marriage, but just like saving for until my relationship with him was better than what it was. You know,
it's levels.
Yeah.
And that's okay. Yeah. It's whatever works for that person. So
it's the chapter 30. But we're definitely more in tune with our bodies and what we're wanting and the things that we want for our future now. Being 30, whatever it is, you know, we're not those like college girls anymore that are just so careless. There's consequences to the things that we do now. So it's like, you do kind of have to be careful, take a pause or whatever it is now, because you don't want to make a decision or, you know, mess with somebody that, you know, could potentially do something to your future. So I want to say that, because I have heard of a lot of things happening, and, you know, people are having to make really crazy decisions because of, you know, things that they've done or whatever with whoever. And it's really sad to watch. So just, I want to say that, because it's real out here. It really is. And so not even to put a damper on a thing, but just like I said, like, this is a real podcast.
They need to hear it.
T, you and I are living in Atlanta.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Like, you have to be careful. You have to. So, I mean, whether that be, I would say, you know, my recommendations is to pause, whatever. But whatever you have to do to make sure that you're safe and do that, because it's for real. It's for real out here.
Absolutely. And I also want to add not just that part about it, but sex is also a spiritual thing.
Right.
And I like truly 100% believe in soul ties and things like that. So like be careful with who you're having sex with, not just because, you know, of STDs, AIDS, stuff like that, but also protect your spirit. You know, like you don't know what you are allowing to be in your space, in your environment, and you know what I mean, like in your spirit and your soul. So that's another aspect to it as well. Like we like to, like, casual sex is a word, but like, is it really?
Right.
You know, like there's a lot of stuff that's just, now I'm feeling like I want to go celibate again. Like
it's real. It's real.
Wow.
No,
really
it's real. It really,
like,
but and then even too, yeah,
we dilute it. You know what I mean? Like we dilute just the act of sex, but it's not that simple. There's so much to consider, and you got to be careful all around. Like,
you know, pregnancy. You get pregnant by somebody you want to spend the rest of your life or 18 years with these people. All these, you know, baby daddy. I hate those words, but those, you know, baby mama type things, and it's like, well, why would you, if you can't stand her, why would you have sex with her? I'm just like, well, what? But so why would you? Okay, I understand it, but so then why? Why? And when you think about it, it's like, it's such a basic question, but it's so true though. So why would you put yourself in a situation to where you have to deal with this person forever? Like, why? Those are the types of things that I think about now, being older, and also watching different situations. But you know, previously, you weren't, when you're young, you're not really thinking about that. So thank God I didn't have to go through anything super serious like that. But you know, people are going through it, and it's, you know, and so it's just, if you can prevent it, go ahead and prevent it. We all want to be out here flourishing and living our best lives and not having to worry about extra stuff.
I think society just plays, in media just play a huge role in a lot of people's lives. And you know, like I said before, it's diluted, and it's okay to just go out there and be free, and I'm not saying it's not okay, but just be careful. That's it. Just be careful. Live your life, have your hot girl summer, have your hot boy summer, but just be careful.
And you know what's crazy? Like, the crazy thing is, like, even like people that are super careful, I can't even talk. Even people that are super careful, like, sometimes crazy things happen to them. So you know, so it's just crazy all around. So wow.
You just never know. Let's lighten it up a little bit.
Yeah, lighten it, because I'm over here like, oh my goodness.
I know.
Because I'm over here rethinking my life. Like, I'm like, I'm about to go into prayer after this.
Right.
QueenTee.
Yes.
You know, it's crazy. Like, as you mentioned, we just released BDSM Part 2. And we're talking about safe words, surfboard, purple, and all this other stuff. Listen to the episode, guys, if you want to know what we're talking about. And here we are now. Like, it just, I guess that's just life.
That's cool. I mean, we gotta cover everything. And you know what? We're not saying that BDSM was not with your husband. You know,
listen, like, that's what I was thinking when she said it. I said, best believe when after Tianna walks down that aisle and I am married, it's not anything ridiculous, you know. It doesn't mean that, you know, you're a cornball or whatever. Like, no, that's not it at all.
Right. You're not going to be
still is, no.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Now that you brought that up, Tianna, like MissKay said, our last episode drop was BDSM Part 2. Do you think you and your future husband would be into BDSM?
I really don't know what it really is, but I couldn't answer that question because I'm not really sure. I don't know. We haven't gotten there yet. So, you know, we'll definitely be free with each other and all that. And, you know.
So you're open to it?
I don't know. I don't really know what it is. Like, I don't know. If it's anything too crazy that doesn't make any sense to me, I'm not doing it.
Well,
I'm just not.
Well, there's levels. Like, you can start off like just getting like tied up, gagged,
Oh my
thinking.
God. The weather right now. It's raining.
So if you were into BDSM, what would your safe word be? I have to ask this to everybody.
I would be like, no, stop.
I'm dead.
That's real.
Okay,
it's
so
real.
Tianna's safe words are no, stop. Got it.
Yeah, I just don't have the personality probably for that stuff. I was like, no, stop. Like, why would you think? Did you think that?
Okay, so Tianna,
Mm-hmm.
in our dating episode, like I talked about my worst date. There was a situation with the movies and McDonald's, and it was just a hot mess. Like, what would you say your worst date has been since being in chapter 30?
Mine. There's so many. Oh my God. Okay. Probably it also happened at the movies.
Oh God.
This was when I was back in Boston, and there was someone that I had gone out with, and we went to go see a movie.
Mm-hmm.
And first he was late, which I hate. But so I was like, all right, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So he came pick me up, went to the movie. Then he didn't ask if we were already running kind of late for the movie, but then we just like, when we got there, we ran straight past like the concession stand and went straight to the movie. And I was like, okay, like I know we're running late, whatever. Okay. Mind you, we were supposed to go out to eat before the movie.
Oh.
But since we were running late, we bypassed. I went straight. So I was like, all right, whatever. I didn't eat or anything, but I was like, all right, we'll get something at the movie. Get to the movie.
Oh my gosh.
Where we jet past the concession stand. I'm in my head like, okay, well, I guess we'll find seats and then whatever. So we get inside the theater and we're looking up. It's like stadium style seating. Mm-hmm. So I'm looking at the, and he's looking, and so we're looking for a seat. So then I start walking up a little bit, and so I'm like at the third level, and then I turn my head and I see him jet way across to the other side of the theater.
Huh?
So I'm like, mind you, the lights are on because the movie hasn't started yet.
Huh?
So I'm like, because I know if it was me and I was sitting down, I'd have been like, okay. So I was just kind of like, so now I'm walking up the stairs trying to match where he's walking because he's on the opposite side. So I'm trying to figure out where he's going.
Right.
So then he stops all the way to the top, like not all the way to the top, maybe like 4 seats from the top row. And so I'm now on the top row on the other side. He picks the seats. So I have to basically pass by everybody to get to where he's at. So I'm pissed. I am so mad. I'm like, okay, whatever, calm down, whatever. So we sit down or whatever. I have gum in my mouth, which basically is making me even hungrier. So I'm like, okay, the lights are coming down. I'm thinking to myself, is this person really not going to ask me if I want anything from that concession stand?
Right.
After my stomach is a growling, I'm like, okay, see, and then I have on boots, and we're all the way up to the top of the thing, so I'm like, I don't want to, because I would go get my own stuff. Mm-hmm. I'm like, I don't want to have to walk all the way down there in my boots. Now it's dark, and these boots have heels on them and everything, so I'm like, oh my goodness.
Right.
So we're watching this movie that everybody wanted to go see. And it's like a ongoing thing. So there's movies that come before and after it, whatever. So you have to really be a fan of these kinds of movies to know what's going on. And this person acted like they knew, what was going on. So towards the end, I realized he had no clue what was going on in the movie. And similar to when we went to the movies. See, when we went.
That's
and
why
I fell
was laughing.
asleep.
I'm
It was one of those. It was
I'm dead.
And at the end of it, I turned my head and I'm like, wait, why did everybody just die? And I don't know. And then I'm like, Samuel, like I'm like, Samuel L. Jackson he was in the movie. So like, then after I'm thinking about it, I'm like, if you watch these things, you would know that this person was in the. So I was just aggravated anyway. So then didn't end up getting any popcorn or anything. Whatever. So then on the drive home, it was just kind of like, I'm angry, whatever, but I'm just like, whatever. And then it was just kind of like, he was, more, into it or whatever. I guess he was completely clueless. And, but what I did was, he had texted me when he dropped me off when he got back home. He texted me like, I was very appreciative. I said, thank you for taking me to the movie, everything. But I think it was the next morning when he had texted me, I was like, can I just let you know something? And I was just like, next time when you take somebody out to the movies, it would probably be best if you ask them if they want something from the, something to eat or something like that. And then he said something this is what made it worse. He said something along the lines of, oh, I wasn't hungry, so I didn't think you wanted anything.
What?
I was like, okay. And then I had to, because, now I'm trying to be, I have to represent as somebody who's better than that, so I can't be just out here just acting crazy. So usually I would, but I was like, okay, let me I'm trying to take this as a teaching opportunity, not trying to downgrade him or anything like that. Trying to see so he understands clearly we're not going to do anything together or be together. But for the next woman, let him know so that he's good for the next date that he takes somebody out. So I'm like, okay, now, I understand that you weren't hungry, but why would you think or assume that I wouldn't have been hungry because you weren't? And then he was just saying, there was so much stuff on my mind, this, that, and that. So, we got past that after a long text conversation. And I think that eventually he got it. There was a few of these, I don't need you to tell me how to be a gentleman type of thing. But, I can cut through that type of stuff. So, yeah, that was the worst. It was, because I was like, wow. Like, when I was talking to my grandmother about it and other people, they were like, really? He didn't ask? Like, he didn't, my grandmother's very big on, like, gentlemen and being with, So that's why she really likes my boyfriend, because he is like that. So, because she's from down south, she's used to Southern gentleman type thing. It's difficult, I think, up north. I'm not saying all guys are not gentlemen or whatever, but it's a lot more Southern gentlemen out here. There's some crazy ones out here too, but yeah, I like the whole Southern gentleman. Be a gentleman. Be a gentleman. Make me want to be nurturing in the woman that is,
Exactly.
I don't want to do that for you if you're not being a gentleman. Like, why would I want to do all of the extra if you can't even, come on.
I'm seeing a correlation between bad dates and one person, I'm not saying pointing out a guy or a girl, but one of the people being inconsiderate.
Explain.
Like, I'm feeling like that's like a reoccurring theme when it comes to like a bad date. It's somebody being inconsiderate.
Yeah. And I mean, I think it has a lot to do with the expectations. Some people would let that
expectations.
Yeah. It's like some people would accept that, and some people do, and let people get away with whatever. So, when they come across somebody who actually has standards and knows how they should be treated, and all that worth, and what they talk about or whatever, it's it's a kind of a culture shock for them. So I don't take it as an opportunity to put you down, but let me just let you know that this is what is really going on here.
Wow. So I want to touch on what you mentioned two things. I like how you said, look, the next person you bring out, because it ain't gonna be me, but the next person. Like, I like how you gave him that info, because it's real. I mean, I've noticed too that guys kind of take it the wrong way when we try to tell them how to treat a woman or how to approach a woman or how we want to be treated. Because of course, every woman, like me and Queen T always mention, every woman doesn't want to be treated the same. Like, that's, you know, it's up for debate, like, on how a person wants to be treated. But when you try to give a guy a little game, they get real offended. That's one thing I wanted to touch on. And the second thing was, in our episode, Lucky Lefty Breaks Bro Code, I mentioned that too, like the Southern gentleman thing. Like, I know, like, you can find a gentleman anywhere. You can find, you know, a non-gentleman anywhere. Like, but I touched on that too. I'm like, girl, I need to get me a Southern gentleman, because I have like two other friends who are dating somebody from the South, and they said it's a whole different situation.
Yeah, it is. It's not something that I've experienced up north, but there are people that have really nice guys up north. So just like you said, it's not just a location thing, but that Southern gentleman thing is definitely real. And I think that us northerner girls, we like that, and we are like, ooh, okay. When I first moved down here, not even in dating, but just being a gentleman in general, when I moved down here, and all the opening the doors and the yes ma'ams and all this from these guys, and I was like, what? Like, you know, at first you're like, okay. And I remember at work one time, like, I was holding a door open for one of my coworkers, a guy, he was like, don't hold the door open for me. And I was like, what? Okay. All right.
Quick question for you guys. Would you guys get offended if a guy told you how to be a woman? Like, if he was like, look, the next date that you go on, you know, it's not going to be probably with me, but listen, you need to XYZ. Like, how would you react if a guy tried to tell you how to be a woman?
If they said it like that, I probably would not take that I would be like, whoa, who is he talking to? Because it's all in your delivery and how you're saying something.
What if I didn't nicer?
If it was nicer, yeah, I'll take constructive criticism. I asked my boyfriend, like, you know, stuff like, what is it, if we're going through, like, what can I do better? Because it's all about self-reflection and wanting to be better. Yes, let me know how I could be better. I'm not a man. I can't read your mind. I don't really know. They have completely different minds than we do. And I'm realizing that. So if I'm not doing something or whatever, you know, if I could do something a little bit better, I would love to hear that. It just, with the guy, I didn't say it. I didn't want him to feel like he was, you know, being disrespected, or emasculated. I don't want to be ever disrespectful in anything that I do. That's just not, no.
Yeah, I know you weren't going that way with it, but just in my own experience, I know, like, if I ever give like a tip to a guy, like on something like that, they get real offended no matter how I say it. But what about you, T? Like, if a guy was like, look, like, he tried to give you a few hints on how to be a woman, like, what would your response be?
I don't think. Okay, so is he telling me how to be a woman, or
what's the woman's version of gentleman? Like, okay, men are gentlemen.
How to be more ladylike?
More ladylike.
Yeah.
Okay, because that's where I was confused at. So I feel like, again, I agree with Tianna as far as delivery goes. Like, it all depends on how you say it to me. I'm all for the truth. If you speak your truth, then I have to be accepting of that, you know. But if you come at me like, oh, like, you're doing too much, you need to do that, blah blah blah, like, I'm complete shutdown mode. Like, yeah, it's going in one ear, out the other, and we probably going to end up fighting. So I can't with you, Tianna.
If you're telling the truth.
Facts. Like, you know, it's facts.
No. And then we get the call, y'all. And it's like, no.
Not again.
Why you let him take you there?
I'm done.
Like, just be very mindful of the way you speak to people. Like,
yes.
Exactly, because listen, I match energy. That's just how it is. So like, if you come at me very respectful, then I'm like, okay, I get that. But if you come at me like crazy, I'm gonna come at you even crazier.
Oh man.
But but I don't think there's anything wrong with if it's personalized. Like, if you come to me and say, this is how I felt during this date, and you know what I mean, I would feel better if this happened, or you know what I mean, because everybody, like you said, everybody's going to have different expectations. Everybody's going to have different feelings about the way that they want somebody else to be in their presence, or whatever it is. So like, if you personalize it and be like, this is how I felt, and this is how, you know, it made me feel, whatever, then I have to understand that. Right. But if you are coming at me trying to change me as a person, then it's like, keep that, hold that, I'm me. You know? How would you answer that, MissKay?
I agree. It's all about the delivery. Like, that goes for, I think, the guys too. Even though when I think about my delivery, when I did like give a tip, it wasn't coming the wrong way. But I don't know. Maybe, I don't know. I would have to ask a guy this. Like, I don't know. Do men just not want women to give them tips on how to be a gentleman since we aren't men? I don't know.
Can I just say that first of all, I cannot wait till you guys meet your husbands, first of all. Okay.
Come through.
But,
thank you.
But this one right here, MissKay, Grace, this one right here, I cannot wait until her Love Jones comes. Because this one is Love Jones all up and through one body. She has so much love to give, and she is just so romantic with everything. And I can't wait until I meet who that person is going to be, because I'm making it about me. I'm like, I can't wait to meet him, because I can't wait, because it's going to be so much like to who she is. And she's so unique with it, because it's like so Love Jones. So I'm so ready for that. And you too, like, see, both of you guys, just like, cannot wait for this. And yes. I just needed to say that.
Thank you.
So if y'all are listening, come through the DMs, but be gentlemen with
you. Better come through. Listen, I told MissKay that she's going to meet her husband through this whole podcast.
She told me that. I'm waiting on him. I'm waiting on him.
I'm excited. I'm waiting to meet him.
When I meet him, what's the first thing I'm gonna do? Who knows me best? What's the first thing I'm gonna do when I meet him? Y'all both know me well.
See what she gonna do?
No, nothing crazy. Nothing nasty.
I'm like,
before that,
I'm thinking of the first thing I would do. I'm like, oh no, that's definitely not it.
Before the surfboard, what am I gonna do?
And it's sunny.
You gonna call us?
I'm gonna smack him.
What?
Y'all should.
Like, where you been? Why you have me waiting?
Exactly, T. You know. I'm gonna smack him and then hug him, because it's been a journey. And Tianna, thank you so much. Like, I got tears in my eyes. Like, I appreciate you for seeing that in me. Thank you, T. Like, I always say, like, my girls, the words of affirmation, the love that they give, and the things that you guys see in me, I can only pray that a man sees like half of it, because all my real close friends, like, the love that they pour in me and just the goodness you guys see when I don't see it or when I can't see it, like, it means more than I can say. So if you listening, yes, I'm gonna smack you, but then I'm gonna hug you.
A light tap. She's gonna give you a light tap. It's
just
gonna be light.
MissKay, can I tell you what I'm going to do when you first meet him?
What you gonna do?
You remember my reaction to that dog?
Wait, so yeah.
To what?
So
let them know.
Okay, so when we were in Stamford, Connecticut, having a meeting for the Chapter 30 podcast and having some drinks and having some bar taco. You know I don't like dogs, Tianna. Like, I'm scared. So long story short, a dog was just walking towards me. And before I could part my lips, QueenTee put her hand in front of me like, oh no, she don't do dogs.
Oh,
okay.
Goodness. Oh my gosh. Wow.
Listen,
so
like,
she's in protective mode.
Wait, but are you gonna have a Molly and Issa moment when the guy came to bring her the flowers? Did you guys see that episode of Insecure?
Is that a newer episode?
No, this what happened in last season. Remember when the dude who went missing, the one who's from Houston, and then Molly didn't tell Issa that he came to bring the flowers on her birthday because she was being protective. You have to. Did you see the last season of Insecure?
I don't think so.
Oh, you have to. Oh, you have to. Oh, you have to. Oh, you have to. That reminded me of that.
T would tell me though.
I would tell her
because she knows that I need to know everything. She knows I need to know everything. So you know, she gonna like protect me with him or whatever. But then afterwards, I'm gonna get that call like, "Girl, guess who just came by with flowers for you?"
Right, right.
I got the flowers.
So if you listening, like, yes, she's a whole thing, but you get right because you guys deal with me.
Hey, I love it.
Lord.
I love my girls. Hey, so Tianna, on your podcast, maybe you could feature, you know, myself and T. I'm a invite you along.
I will. I'm gonna get you some good government.
Yeah,
Yay.
like a setup. I don't know. T, you down for that?
Wait, what was that?
Like she'll invite us on her podcast, and like it's kind of like a love connection.
Yes.
I'm celibate.
I'm gonna get you. Well, hold on, because you know, my boyfriend's in a fraternity, so yeah.
So yeah, I'm down.
So yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I'm down because there's a mad tall dark chocolate men in fraternities, right?
Look, yes, and the church that I go to, which is actually up the street from you.
Oh,
yes, it is. I have to go there again.
No, not that one. It's a different one now. I have to tell you about it.
A different one.
Yeah, I'll tell you about it. Mm-hmm. Yeah, after.
Okay. Well, invite me and
absolutely.
We'll check it out because
I'm down for the love connection. I mean,
yeah, because good, and it'll try to and hopefully get you to come down here.
I'm coming.
We've been talking about this like all year. I'm so ready for MissKay to come down here.
I'm ready to.
Y'all gotta have me like 3 dates set up. And
I gotta have me 3 days set up. Oh, maybe
that's why I said we're gonna go on a double show. She's gonna get us set up with 3 dates, and then we pick, you know, it's like for love or whatever.
Has anybody ever did speed dating?
No, I haven't. That's a good
one. So Tamia wanted us to sign us up, and I was just like, I can't. When we were up in Massachusetts, I was like, I can't. I
feel like it would have to be like, how do I say this? PC. I feel like it would have to be like specifically an African American event.
Mm-hmm.
Love is love, and why you guys? She's gonna marry a Caucasian. You don't even know he may be Asian.
No, I'm not saying that. That's not what I'm saying. Because I'm okay. How do I explain this? It could be an African American event, and there's still some stragglers in there, like different ones.
I get what you mean.
You know what I mean? You know what I mean, MissKay. Like, I just need to be that way.
I get what you mean.
So like, go find something like that.
Like, you don't want to be like the little pop of color in that whole.
Right, exactly.
I feel you, because that would be a whole situation.
They'll be after her.
But also, there's a lot of people with fetishes and stuff like that.
They would be after her, like,
look
at the little chocolate.
Oh, they sure would.
Tianna,
little chocolate drop, and you would be like, "What?"
Tianna, you know how I am. I do not like the spotlight.
It'll take the right one, though. It'll take the right one.
Where he at?
I can't wait to meet his husband too.
When you guys go to your podcast event,
I can't wait to meet your husband.
Me too.
When are you guys going to your podcast events where you guys have y'all, the things that they have? They have a lot out here in Atlanta.
Yeah,
we got some things lined up, and we got something real big lined up too. We're gonna tell you about it.
Yeah.
Okay.
We got some stuff.
We got some stuff. We be working.
Mm-hmm.
That's where you'll probably get it. That's probably where you'll find them.
So.
Yeah.
I think so. Because it's a shared interest, you know what I mean? Like, and it's a passion of if you're podcasting, especially if you're just starting off, it has to be a passion.
Yeah.
Because, for those of you who are listening, if you are interested in podcasting, like you're not banking doing this, like you're not getting paid off the bat. So like if you're consistently doing it, it's clearly something that's a passion.
Right.
So that's something like, that's why I said we're probably going to meet our men podcasting because it's a huge part of both of our lives.
Right.
And, it's something that we're going to be even more involved in as far as like going out to events, and our circle is getting crazy. I told MissKay the other day that I feel like we're in a sorority and like we have frat brothers and stuff like that within the podcasting. For real, like the podcasting community is crazy.
And the support is real. Like I put up somewhere the other day, like there's no such thing as a stranger. Like everybody's just willing to help, and it's nuts. I agree. We can't wait for you to join.
That's pretty dope. That's dope. I'm excited. Yeah, it's gonna be the both of us doing.
Yeah.
Primarily me doing like all the editing and stuff, so I have to make sure that I'm in a place to where I can dedicate that time to it.
Right.
Just like you guys said, because he'll be studying and all that, so it'll be
Whose idea was it? Like both of you guys?
He's been asked at the church to host different things for like young men. So I think that this will be the platform for that.
Nice.
So and then I've always, I had the podcast before where I did that maybe 2 years. Yeah, I had that like a couple years ago, but I didn't like sit down, focus, lay out like what I wanted to kind of, because it's kind of like a business. Like you have to have your business plan kind of going.
Absolutely.
I didn't have that, so it was kind of like all over the place. So I was like, let me stop this until I could kind of get it together.
Yeah.
So with us in our story, I think that it's going to help people. So that's primarily why I want to do it.
Absolutely.
So,
that's true. You did have one. This is a great lane for you. You're really good with stuff like this. Both of you guys are. So it's crazy. Like,
and so are you.
Thank you, babes. SK taking over.
When I tell you, my group, my circle is just filled with Black girl magic. Like, I just be looking back like we so bomb. Do you remember us freshman year? Like, we have all come a long way. I just can't. I'm not gonna
we definitely have.
Oh,
we definitely have. All of us, definitely.
Every single one of us.
Yeah.
Like, we got lawyers in the mix. We got bakers in the mix. We got podcasters in the mix. Tianna finna get married. Like, I just can't.
And Bree's about to get married too. She's engaged.
Bree's about to get married.
I love it.
Come on, SK. Who knew? I say this all the time. I was at UHeart for 1 year. 1 year. And then, like, here we are 13 years later.
Oh my goodness. Has it been that long?
Yes.
That's scary.
Yes. 13 years later. Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Talk about growth. Talk about journeys. Talk about lifelong friends. Like
babies, nieces.
Girl.
Yeah.
Amazing. I have a question for you guys.
Ooh, go ahead.
Two things you learned from dating in your 20s that you bring into your 30s. I mean,
I think I'm gonna answer one that I can think of right now. The first thing I learned was to be authentically myself. Because I think in my 20s I was just so, I've always been myself. This is hard to explain, but like maybe dimmed myself a little bit. You know what I mean? Like dim my light a little bit just to be like safe or to be accepted, I guess. I don't know what the right words are, but my 30s, I'm just like, I'm me. Like, you gotta take this or leave it.
Who's gonna check you?
Who's gonna check me?
You said what you said.
I said what I said. This cake putting the battery in my back. Like, I'm getting all hyped. Like, what I said what I said.
She said what she said.
Oh my gosh.
So that was like, that was a big part of my 20s, was just like, dimming myself down, dimming my light. And now I'm just like, this is all of me. And that dating, friendship, whatever it is, like, if I'm me, and that's just, I'm not gonna hide that. The second thing, I don't know, you go, Tianna. I gotta think of a second one.
Probably not to be with people just to be with them. If it doesn't make sense, then it just doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
And then, let me see. And probably I'm more so on dating for purpose now.
Yeah.
So, just keeping God in the midst of everything and making sure that I'm prayed up. That's definitely what I'm doing now that I'm older and more serious about it. In my 20s, I just was whatever.
Yeah.
Didn't really care, but now it's definitely for purpose. Like, I want to be married. So yeah.
Wow. I think my second thing would be to trust myself, my instincts, my discernment. Like, especially when it comes to red flags and stuff like that. I was very accepting of a lot of things in my 20s. And now I'm no, that don't fly. Like, sorry. So that would be my second one. What about you, MissKay?
One, let it go. Like, just let it go. And you guys know my stories with men. Like, Tianna, you see me on my knees praying one night. You remember?
Was this with
yeah.
The
next day you was like, I saw you praying. I'm like, girl, like, do you remember? Oh, you forgot.
Are you talking about 10th? You talking about sophomore year, right?
Yeah.
About light skin?
No,
or
girl.
About,
no.
No,
girl.
Okay, so you're talking about
yeah,
I remember that one was hard.
You remember, right? Okay.
I remember, yeah.
So just like let it go. Like, that was a whole Keisha Cole year. Like, that was my summer. Like, but just let it go. Like, if it doesn't want to be had, let it go. That's one. And the second one, you kind of reminded me of this when you mentioned like holding back and not being yourself. Mine was kind of opposite. It was like trying to prove who I am, that I'm worthy, and show everything in a short amount of time in certain situations, like just to prove like why you should pick me. Like, we ain't doing that. Like, what did Common say? Some recognize the light but can't handle the glare. Something like that. Don't quote me, but something like that.
I'm quoting that.
I could be saying
that's going on my Facebook.
I'm just saying, like, I say everything wrong. Let me Google it, because God, like chapter 30, I've been saying things so wrong. Like, in one of the episodes, I'm calling a song wrong, and when I listen back to it, I'm like, oh, I was so mad. It was Janet Jackson, and I was calling it a whole different song. Hold on 1 second.
But that was good. However you said it, even if he didn't say it, that was really good.
I know, but I hate being wrong when I listen. So just to correct my other mistake, the Janet Jackson song.
Love Jones.
The Janet Jackson song was called Anytime, Any Place. I said anytime, anywhere. Small mistake, but to be recorded saying something wrong, no ma'am. And the common lyric, I'm pretty sure that was it. But yeah, so if they can't recognize it, it's like, all right. So they kind of go hand in hand.
So you said they recognize the light but can't handle the glare?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
That is going right on my Facebook.
And if you can't handle it, like, why are you even trying?
Right.
Like, move.
It says some niggas recognize the light, but they can't handle the glare. Yeah, it's in his song "The Light," and it's real. That's what I feel like I am. Like men, like men know when they see a real woman, and that's everybody that's on this podcast right now, and those that we are close with. Like, we're real women, and they know it when they see it. But it's whether they choose to step up to the plate and deal with you accordingly, or if they want to, be like bullshit, basically, So they recognize it.
Facts. That was the whole word.
I can't. I know the streets is like, this girl's crazy. I'm mad.
No, they're not. They like, this girl is freaking amazing.
Thank you.
You're probably like, say it again.
And I'm just weird. And when you have like a podcast, it just shows all your quirkiness or your little weird things, and it's just there. So it's just like, okay.
Release it. Good. It's release it.
Exactly. Let it all hang out.
Do you have any questions for us?
Yeah.
Wow, on the spot. Let me see. So what's the most interesting connection that you guys have made here? While you guys have been doing your podcast? What's like the streets?
I'll say my input, and then RT, you want to say yours first?
No.
I would say like what I mentioned before, like how everybody's just super helpful. Like normally when you try to like get in on something, it's like you kind of think that people have the attitude, or sometimes people do have the attitude like, nah, I ain't telling you, like, nah, like you got to figure it out on your own. But I can say everybody's been pretty welcoming. Like people have been telling us things that are like game changers and putting us on. So I would say for me, that's a big connection that we made, like just being put on, like, and then putting others on. We got a lot of people coming up to us like, yo, can y'all help me? So I would say like just the each one teach one kind of vibe. What about you, QueenTee?
All right, so is the question
I know I didn't answer the question. I purposely didn't answer.
I just need a clear understanding of the question. Is it the most interesting
so confused.
Is it the most interesting connection we met during podcasting, or just like in a connection we had during this whole podcast journey?
Yeah, during the whole podcast journey. Like, I know you guys are on social media, and just like you said, you guys have basically been like adopted into this podcast family. What is the most interesting or the coolest connection that you guys have made?
I'll say this. I won't go with cool. I'll go with interesting. I actually have like a love-hate relationship with a podcaster.
Yo,
dead ass.
Hey.
What? I'm not going to say the names, and they probably don't even know that we have a love-hate relationship.
That's true. They don't know. They kind of like, oh, yeah, just go.
Exactly. So, I just think this person gets under my skin. When I listen to their podcast, it gets under my skin, but not in a angry, like I want to fight them way. It's more just like their perspective is just freaking crazy. It's just so different. But I respect their hustle so much. Like they are like super like on it when it comes to this whole podcasting thing. So yeah, that's where the whole love-hate thing comes from. But yeah, it's just really real. That's real shit. So
I swear I was thinking that you were gonna say that. I'm done.
I'm done. I had to be a little PC.
I have come across some podcasts where I just can't listen to it because you're getting people's thoughts, and you are seeing the real them and hearing what their perspectives are on things. And I think it was one that somebody told me, and I was like, I can't listen to that. I just can't.
Mm-hmm. It'd be like that. Like there's some that is just like, I can't even do this. I'm sorry. I tried.
Right. You definitely have to find like your right fit. Like I know our podcast isn't for everybody, and like the next person isn't for us. Like you have to find like your right fit, because it's it's a whole hour, a whole 45 minutes that you're listening to that. It got to be some good stuff for you.
Absolutely. I agree. Well, let's wrap this thing up. Thank you so much for joining us. It was a pleasure recording with you.
Thank you for having me, guys.
Absolutely. Okay, so we do this one thing where everybody that comes on the podcast, we have a segment called Let Us Put You On, where we give the streets one of our, or a few of our favorite songs. We, read a little bit of the lyrics and we explain to them why, we love the song so much. You don't have to give us lyrics, but let the streets know one of your all-time favorite songs, who it's by, and why you love it so much. And we're going to add it to our playlist that we have called the Chapter 30 Podcast playlist on Spotify.
Oh, that's really cool.
Thank you.
Let me see. What's my all-time favorite song?
It's one of them.
I have tons of them.
You do.
We know.
Let me see. Oh my goodness. Wow.
Think of an artist that you love and just think maybe it'll help you think of a song. What's the last song you listened to and you were like, yo, this song is good today?
Why do I have that automatic song stuck in my head? I have no idea who it's by, but I like the different vibes of that automatic song that I'm talking about.
It's called Automatic. Who is it?
Yeah.
It's about a singer, a rapper.
It's a female.
Automatic. Let me see if I could Google.
Automatic. It's like Say What You Mean. You don't have to play games with me. It's automatic. It's automatic.
Is it a new song?
Yeah.
Oh,
that's the one that's stuck in my head right now. Automatic by oh my goodness, what is the name? I have so many, and I feel like I love Janet Jackson.
Wait, hold on.
You guys have heard it. It's on the radio.
No, I probably haven't.
You don't listen to the radio anymore?
No.
That's exactly how my boyfriend is. He's like, the radio is trash.
Is
now.
it Bonfire? Oh no, that's 2018.
I see one for 2016. I can't find it.
I don't know.
Let me see. I'm looking it up on YouTube now. I know it is automatic. Hold on, because when you listen to it, you'll know what I'm talking about. Hold on.
I see the Bonfire too, T.
Bonfire. It's the Bonfire. Yeah.
I just said that.
Yeah. I see. I don't know who it's by, but it's a good vibe song. I like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thanks for putting us on.
Yes, we're going to add that to the playlist.
You're welcome.
It's been real. Thank you so much. Thank you, Streets, for sticking out with us. And thank you, QueenTee. Thank you, Tianna. It's been a great night with you ladies.
Yes. Before we go, Tianna, where can the streets find you?
They can find me on, my Instagram is blessed857617. Yeah.
All right. You heard it straight from Tianna. All right.
And then look out for my podcast.
Yes. We're going to be promoting that. Trust.
We will.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you. Love you all.
Love y'all.
Love you.
Bye, Streets.
Bye, Streets. Thanks for listening, guys. You could have been anywhere in the world, but you're here with us.
And don't forget to follow all of our social media platforms linked below. And remember, peace, love, and perspective.